Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wohlberg, your podcast performance coach, with another actionable tip so you can grow your podcast authority, generate leads, and convert with ease. Today's tip is freshen up your podcast. Is your podcast feeling a little stale? You know, like it's lost its luster? You may be tempted to give it a complete overhaul or even ditch it and start fresh. Bye-bye, boring old podcast. Hello, shiny new show. Hold it. Before you do something you regret, consider giving your show a bit of a refresh. You know, the old polish and shine. Today, I'm going to give you 3 ways to give your podcast a refresh without blowing up the entire thing. The first thing is to perform some maintenance on your podcast's key communication pieces, namely your show description, show trailer, and show categories. When was the last time you even looked at these when you launched? So start with this. Ask yourself, does your show description still represent what the show is about? Does it do a good job of enticing your ideal listener to listen and subscribe? Have there been any changes that should be noted in the description? Basically, update it. You may even want to add a new show tagline or wordsmith the one you've got. Don't have a tagline? Listen to episode 174 for help. If you find yourself changing the description, chances are the trailer could use a refresh. You've probably gotten better at podcasting, and your trailer could likely do with an upgrade in sound and content. Recently, a client went back to listen to her trailer and was reminded about a few things she promised her audience that she hadn't touched on in a very long time. Boom! Numerous topic ideas came to mind. So maybe re-record a new trailer, especially if it's the sticky post at the top of your website. As for the categories, this is especially important if you are just wrapping up your first year as a podcaster. Do you even remember what categories you picked back in the day when you were just an itty-bitty baby podcast starting out? It's worth another look to see if there might be something that better represents what you're doing now. And it's not crazy to tweak them or change them so that you can get in front of new eyeballs. Just make sure you're staying in the same ballpark and not switching sports entirely. These maintenance type things should be looked at every 50 episodes or once a year. Now, that's sort of the 3-in-1 of the first way to freshen up your podcast. The second way to refresh your show is to give your artwork an upgrade. You might not need to completely change things. You want your listeners to still recognize you, but you could give it a new bit of flair. Maybe change up the colors or add a fresh photo of you. Not a full facelift, just a nip and tuck. A little Botox, perhaps. And the third thing you can do to add a little refresh to your podcast is consider your format or structure. I'm not talking about a complete overhaul, but you could try out something new. Maybe a new segment. Or if you've never done a solo show, give that a go. And vice versa. If you're a solo podcast, consider having a guest. You could also play around with a new intro and extra. Maybe a new sign-off. That could be fun. But the key here is not to make too many big changes at once. So go back, look at your description, trailer, categories, maybe your artwork, and think about the format of your show. You want your audience to still recognize you, and hopefully they will appreciate that you've given them a slightly fresher take. This can rejuvenate you as a host and give your listener a sense that new and exciting things are coming. And I hope that's just the tip you need. Now, if you find yourself contemplating bigger things like the name of your show, your target audience, or your content plan, then we're not talking about a refresh. We're talking about a complete tune-up. You and your business are ever evolving, and you need your show to keep up. You're going to want to get professional help for that. And that's where I come in. I've been helping podcasters fine-tune their shows since 2016, and the Podcast Tune-Up program will have you looking at your show and your business in a whole new light. This is not a podcast audit. Our 6-week Podcast Tune-Up program goes much deeper. If you want to know more about it and how it works and what you'll get out of it,
spoiler alert, it's a much better aligned podcast that serves you, your audience, and your business.
Then get on my calendar and take advantage of a free podcast coaching call. Just you and me and your show. Book your free podcast coaching call by using the link in the show notes or at podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Wohlberg. I'll see you next time. No, we're going to stick with the same. See ya.